Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Good evening, wonderful people of the interwebs. Hello, correspondents Hasbo and Dan Lee. Sadly, Jerry can't be with us tonight. He's got a sore throat, and we don't want him to lose his voice while doing all the weeks for the Weekender and stuff that there is. So, you're stuck with me. And since I was planning to do something different tonight anyways, this is a nice coincidence. The soothing music is a courtesy of, let me check, Whitebed Audio, Synthwave, Sil Retrowave, Skyline. I would rather listen to something more metalish, but that all gets content matched. Hello Orinoco, hello Dutch. So, I'll be building murder teddies tonight. So I hopefully will not run amok. No, Jerry is having a sore throat. So, yeah, he has been talking all day and he needs to save his voice for another interview and more days to come. I'm guessing with all the current theme weeks, the talking part has taken the better of most of the staff over at OTT. So I won't blame him. Yes, murder teddies all the way. Though I'm pretty sure I'll be very annoyed in about 20 odd seconds. Because they are so tiny. Fucking hell. But at least Atomic Mass Games manages to have some kind of plan for laying out their sprues, so most of the parts I need are in the proper position. Ewoks, yes, I do remember the cartoon. Let me see if I can do this without blinding you photo. Oh, that's grand. Now I can at least see a bit, because it's lighting for video isn't very good for hobbying. So, any news you folk want to talk about? There's only, I think, one major topic, which isn't really a major topic, which I've found a bit annoying. Games Workshop has shown a miniature of a Chaos Sorcerer. For once, in a very nicely posed way, and I thought, that's a decent miniature. I might be tempted to buy that. Only to find out it's a convention exclusive, only while supply lasts, so yeah, I'm not getting that one then. Oh, Battletech, yeah, that's a good one. So, like last week, Catalyst Game Labs have made some updates just before the live stream. Go to figure why that is. And at the same time, there's basically no news, to quote Catalyst. Still waiting for stuff, things not being delivered, and overall a very unsatisfying Kickstarter so far. And I feel they must be under real pressure right now that they start to do what I should have done from the get-go, and that is talk to your bloody customers. Oh, that silicon paint thingamajig. I mean, seriously, that's gotta be an April Fool's joke, isn't it? It might. Yes, Games Workshop does silly design, but even by Games Workshop standard, that is more than just a bit silly. In case you haven't seen, Games Workshop have shown a silicon mat that looks roughly like a color-in version of a servo skull. Hello, Gogoroth. I mean, even the preview pictures they put up in the community post, you can clearly see that the paint isn't sticking at all. It's just... And you need the paint to stick to a degree to make it able to swoosh around, I think. I don't think this thing will actually work as a palette of any description. Yeah. I do remember that Uncle Adam from Tabletop Minions had a silicon fidget toy as a palette for speed paints, because you could pop them over and remove the rest. But even that isn't working with this Games Workshop design, because it's flat. It's almost two-dimensional. I mean, if it's at a reasonable price, and I wouldn't be paying more than €5/pounds for it, I think it would be a fun addition, or maybe something to have just to carry around if you're inclined to being a painter on the move. But as a serious palette of any description, nah. Hello, Mr. Zock. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, also on another note, why I decided to have a little assembly chat today is because yesterday I really felt awfully sick, and I was on the verge of just not doing any Hobby Hangout today at all. But luckily for you lot, my tummy decided to behave again. At least for the time being. Oh, these white hard plastic. Yeah, those do work nice. So aside from Catalyst Game Labs still not shipping their Kickstarter, and Games Workshop being Games Workshop by making miniatures that nobody will be able to get, what else is there out there in the world of miniatures? I did watch the painting tutorial from John for the Armored Clash vehicle, and also the Let's Play that Jerry did. Demon's Up now, I don't think it was something that I ate. It's more like... I don't know if you know that feeling, but when you're starting to get the flu or any other kind of cold, it just wreaks havoc on my stomach, and I just felt like I'm going to vomit. Crispin is waiting on his Mutant Chronicles to arrive. Well, if they arrive before Christmas, I'm pretty sure they're still in your hands before I get my grubby little hands on my Battletech stuff. No Dutch, haven't ordered Armored Clash yet, simply because I really don't like the Empire that's coming with a starter box. It's just... I don't like the design. I mean, the small ball tanks are fun, and the infantry is infantry, but the weird Mechanicum dogs and the big landship is just... nah. Not what I like as a design. If I had it my way, I would have liked to have the British forces in the box versus what is called would be considered Prussian/German forces. But yeah, that's not happening, and it's still not in stock at my retailer, so still waiting for when that happens. Oh, peeling off PVA is nice. Also, peeling off PVA works great if you have surfaces that have very small indents like a vinyl record, for example, because it really pulls out all the dirt that's in the recesses. I think there's even YouTube channels just covering vinyls in PVA glue and then peeling them off again. Hello, Mr. Adverse. Welcome. Nice of you to drop by. So we're just left Bolt Action Week. We're slap bang at the start of Armored Clash Week, and also Terrain Fest has started. Does anybody else feel a bit overwhelmed right now? I mean, okay, the Terrain Fest is running for 3 months, so there's that. Yeah, it's Business Daddy Week, basically. Jill doesn't have to do most of the work. Okay. Yeah, it's a £300 prize. I was really irritated that it's not what do you call it? Divided into more pieces. I think I missed some murder teddy bears. Oh, see, there's some arms. And I'm still very uninspired of what to do. I don't have any terrain project at the moment at the ready that I would say I really want to have done. Maybe inspiration will strike me someday in the future, but as it stands right now, not really. Maybe it's because they said it'll be a 3-month period, so there might be potential investments on the side of what people are building. So not just slap together a MDF kit and spruce it up a bit. So that actual big terrain pieces. It's again, you'll be rewarded for your work with more work. Isn't that grand? I'm guessing having to pick and choose is a not insignificant reason to have a one prize gets it all category. Or maybe last time they just haven't had the... didn't feel that they made the correct decisions, potentially, maybe? No, I'm pretty sure there won't be one of those videos again, Demon Sub. Plus, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do seem to remember that more prizes were made available last time during the event of the Terrain Fest when additional sponsors popped up. Maybe that will be the case this time again. Good idea there, Crispin. Making smaller projects from larger projects. Problem, if they do it the way they did it last year, that will not be allowed, because you need to have a new project, which I found a bit annoying. But then again, who makes the game makes the rules. So who am I to complain about rules not fitting my liking? Yeah, last year was a relative spontaneous thing after Ben had complained so much that he didn't have any terrain. And then they started thinking about having a terrain competition, and I challenged the mighty Ben and said, "You wanker, go and start doing terrain. I dare you." And he did, funnily enough. Hello, Mr. Ewok Kebab. You're not the first to make concerns of that regard. I'm pretty sure that it'll be different, especially if there's one large prize to be had. I guess there will be some kind of award ceremony, maybe? Yeah, especially if, Jill, if there's a project sitting right there that has been done to, let's say, 30%, and I could use that as an excuse to really get that thing off the shelf, but at the same time, I can't bring myself. Well, for once, Jill, Demon's Up, I think the frequency might actually ramp up, because if, and I'm really just guessing here, if the shop is now completely defunct, potentially everybody who works there and has done some kind of packaging, shipping, and selling is now free to do hobby stuff. So John can go back to do his 3 colors up. Justin can go back and do unboxings and reviews and maybe some interviews, or just sit in the corner on some of the videos. Oh no, that's a bit harsh, but you know what I mean. Only thing I'm worried about a bit is what will happen to Tom, to Mr. Tigers, because he's been mainly working for the shop, if I recall correctly. So is Business Daddy taking him over? Oh, you're all so mean. He does his best. That is a potential solution for keeping Tom around, though I don't know who's footing the bill for him then. I'll guess we'll be seeing news on that front sooner or later. Oh no! I need to do a decision. What is that? C5? C4. So, Murder Teddy. Do I equip him with a slingshot or an axe? There's some more alternatives coming along the way, but they will be slingshot or spear. Well, I'll be going with the axe for this one. Maybe replace one of the spears with an axe, with a slingshot. No, I can't have both. Though I have seen somebody who actually did magnetization for the Murder Teddy. And to be honest, now having those miniatures here in my hands, in the flesh, so to speak, jeebus, that's an effort. I'm not going to attempt that. Most you could fit in there would be a 1 mil diadem magnet. Yeah, they said the store will be a Wayland gaming center, but they didn't go into detail what that actually means. So, whatever that means. Wherever that leads. Okay. As they said, Zorg, they're not closing the shop as is. They are rebranding the shop and maybe even the gaming area. I think the only thing that's really going away is the web store. That's no longer anything that needs to be done by the team. And I'm guessing that will be some kind of relief. Where is me move? There's me move. You got to have handed to Atomic Mass Games. The plastics are very crisp, nice, and almost no cleanup. It's almost a shame that they're not pouring more resources into this game. Yeah, the web store had been redundant ever since they were acquired by Business Daddy. Though the weird thing is, OTT store was, as far as I could tell, most times cheaper than Business Daddy, which is weird. Demons Up, I have yet to find any mold lines on these miniatures. The biggest, let's call them irritation on the models, are actually the joint lines where two parts of a model meet. There's no actual mold line to speak of. Yeah, merch. I mean, come on, guys. Why didn't you do merch? People were craving merch. They could have done the fezzes or just some t-shirts. When did they... OTT never did merch. Beast Award tried merch way back when. And that was limited. Ben sent everybody a fuck Ben, he knows what he did fan shirt. Everybody's got one except you, Crispin. Yeah, Jill, for the most part I get why you're saying that or what you mean by that. It's especially since the transition from Beast of War to OTT has mainly been done just to have YouTube not crap on the content. Which is even more funny because YouTube doesn't care, obviously, anymore about anything. Right? There we go. I mean, we're backstagers, aren't we not? That is a very good question, Crispin. I'm guessing there's demand to a degree. Problem is there enough demand to really allow the effort they put in there? I mean, come on, we need fan cam. Fan cam for the win. Yeah, definitely that's more or less the point of where it all falls apart. If they need to spend more money to actually get a bootcamp off the ground than they make by doing it, it's reasonable to assume that they won't be doing them. D0. This one will get a sling, I think. If I can find the part. Hold on. Oh? I is irritated. Uh-huh. Okay. I is flabbergasted. Yeah, this is twice the same mold on a single sprue. So what irritates me now? Basically, you can cut this in half here, so the upper part is identical to the lower part. So I'm building both options, I guess, because otherwise I would have identical Ewoks. I is building murder teddies from Endor for Star Wars Legion, Jill. They've been sitting on my shelf for far too long and they need to be built. I already finished Low Grey and Wicked. Where's the camera? There's the camera. Yesterday, just as a quick one-off. And I think building is currently the hobby part that I enjoy the most. So, D1. D2. G3. One, two, three, four. D4. Oh, debauchery, no, not for me anymore. I'm too way too fucking old and tired for that now. I'm going to stay a simple man. Not doing bad things. A cruise. Oh god. Crispin, do you really plan on going there, or are you being taken hostage? If you need help, blink twice. Answers on a postcard. The in-laws. Yeah. I really wish you the best for that all the time on that ship with all the different weird people. Stay safe. Don't murder anybody. Your wife has bought the drink package. Okay, I think that says it all. And it explains the debauchery part. Even though I was thinking about the band debauchery. If you don't know the band debauchery, you might want to look it up. But don't come crying to me if your ears start to bleed. Sex in the Caribbean. Just remember to wear protection. We really don't want any more people. Love boat. Yeah, sand gets everywhere, especially in the cracks. Love boat with the in-laws. Why do I feel this will be a project title for Crispin? Where he'll be showing off pictures from the cruise like way back when we all did these dreaded holiday pictures, sit-ins at our parents'. Just remember, don't post anything with sexual content. Ben might blush and have a heart attack or something. Can you imagine one user taking down OTT just because he's showing holiday pictures? Some jokes just run eternally, like Rome that's not going to be built by Lloyd at any point in time. Oh no! Christmas should be invited to an XLVS with Lloyd for an episode of Wish You Were Here. Christmas, take some miniatures with you and do Lloyd-esque miniature shots wherever your ship is going to take you. Which one's now? Which one? E5. hope this is the right one. Just one lovely mini. Your Billion Suns fighter project, yes. Jerry will be very pleased to see that in action. Could also double up as a floating device if all things go south. Saved by the hobby. Island of Cancun. If you ever get to Mexico, may suggest Isla de Mujeres. For our age group, are you suggesting we're old? Or worse, senile? To be fair, I don't think I will ever leave for a bigger distance than I have so far. I just can't be bothered anymore. Plus, it's way too expensive. That money can go in different aspects of my life and bring me more and longer joy than just a trip. Not suggesting he knows, he says. You are a very rude person, Mr. Crispin-Man. Well, that's okay. That's what we love you for. We wouldn't want you any other way. I know you're older than me. That doesn't make it more rude concerning the other members of OTT community. Hello, Mr. Tonos. Because there are several people on that site that are older than I am, so I'm guessing there will be some older than you. Yes, 47 is almost teenager-like. I think my younger sister is around that age. Ah, fuck. Did it again. I clipped off an arm too many. No, I'm not scrapbooking, I'm building murder teddies. Scrapbooking would be an interesting hobby. If I could be arsed. Will you fit? Yes, you will. Luckily, Halloween isn't a thing around these parts of the world. I don't really see the appeal. I mean, I like spooky stuff and horror movies, and I like candy. What I don't like is people coming up my door and taking up my free time and my candy. You go get a job and buy your own candy. I don't need a holiday to dress up and drink. At least that's what I've been told. Let's see, I need a small bag for leftover pieces for later. If I want to look at scantily clad females, Crispin, I've got the internet. How so, Toros? How was Halloween? How is Halloween now? Excuse me. Turnips. Yeah, Jerry mentioned that, I think 1 or 2 years ago, and has shown me some interesting pictures of turnips. I'm guessing it's like with these sports things. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If not, you're not. And I do count myself as not enjoying either sports nor dressing up. Hello, Mr. James Knutz. Gomez Adams. Which version? Just a generic Gomez Adams, or are you trying to impersonate any recent actor who done it? I mean, I know that people are complaining about things getting way too commercialized, and I do agree to a degree with some people. And I'm guessing it'll be just some more years until Halloween gets full-fledged commercially here as well. There is already some kind of commercial exposition to it, but it's not as prominent as it seems to be in different parts of the world. The only really downside of not having a Halloween like other countries seem to have is that you're not getting cheap terrain pieces like skulls and other weird things from the shops. Or spider webs you can get, but those aren't really that interesting for our hobby, at least not for me. But Mel the Terrain Tutor did a piece years ago with some big plastic scallybobs. And yeah, I always wanted to do something similar, but you're just not getting such big scallybob parts for a reasonable price. They're always way too expensive. Tumbledroy or spider webs. Yeah, the structure does really work in favor God, these are fiddly. Small murder teddies are small, but at the same time, they do really join up nicely. And I think Atomic Mass Games has found a good middle ground between sprue plastics and the keying of limbs to have a proper model after the fact. Though with this one, I feel this is going to be a nightmare in the long run. It's about literally a teddy's foot width of gluing surface to attach the mini to the base. How are the chances that this one will stick long term? I'm going to say slim to none. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Oof. How to get that mounted? Not lose your mind. Jeez. Let's add some more glue, do capillary reaction, do the rest, and try not to sneeze. Taurus is trying to think of color schemes for Armored Clash. I'd be compelled to stick with what's on the box, but at the same time try something completely different. Maybe do an inverse color scheme. Flick through some historical late 19th century army books and get inspiration via that way. No, sadly the torso and the legs, Orinoco, are one piece, so it's basically, I'm not sure if this is going to show up. This little piece here is head, upper body, and both legs, and this here small part, and that's the foot that's getting attached to the base, and he's falling over. So even adding additional glue to fill in the gaps doesn't seem really to help. But if push comes to shove, I think I'll get a drill and just somehow try to pin it, even though there's barely any material to pin it. I feel you might actually want to go look at what historical what's that word I'm looking for, templates they may have used, or where they drew inspiration from when making decisions on art style and models. Maybe there's something in there that will inspire you for your paint job. Or you could just ask Jerry and he will tell you to bugger off. Yes, the parts all do fit nicely, yes, the models look lovely, but whoever thought it would be a good idea to mount a single miniature on a 2x2mm square? I hate you. I hate you so much, and you are going on the list. As a very naughty voice. We will remember. Tartan, yes. Do 10mm tartan, that's a grand idea. Well, do 30-Year War's color scheme match any of the uniforms? Is it really that important if they match? Or you could use Star Trek for inspiration and do red shirts and stuff. Weird uniforms. Lovely tasty tartan. I think if I'm going to get into Armored Clash potentially later when other factions are available, I actually might go and look up historical correct painting schemes and then just let inspiration drive my rush, because it's fucking tiny, so who gives a toss? As long as you're happy with the end result, why not? What's the worst that could happen? You repaint them at some point because you have a better idea. I mean, even repainting them shouldn't take too long. There can't be that much detail on him, can it? Stick to your base, please, will you? No, don't fall over again. This is madness. So for anyone at home trying to build murder teddies, how did you get the one with that's tiptoeing around the forest to stick on the glue on the base properly without going insane? I'm almost afraid to put them in front of the rattle can for priming. They'll just disappear into the ether. Never to be seen again. It's flocking plastic glue. You should be melting together, forming an eternal bond. Not like super glue or something. Please stay. Thank you. No, he's not staying. Why would you do that, Atomic Mass Games? Why? Don't touch it. So... 2 axe wielders, 2 slingshots, 2 spears. Community vote on the last one. Slingshot or spear? Ewok miniatures for Star Wars Legion Tauros. That's murder teddies. Yeah, Demons Up, that's my thinking as well, more spears. Simply because they are already this tiny. So we could definitely use something to make them be seen on the battlefield. Bears with spears. Bears with spears? Why is the English language so weird? Same letters, different pronunciations. Knivis in focus. A bag of spare beer arms. Not sure what I'm going to do with those. Maybe use them on some bounty hunters as trophies. Double check. Yes, the sprue is empty, and off to the bin you go. See, Demons Up, generally I think the idea of putting cut off limbs on different bases is actually a good idea. If it wasn't for the fact that none of my games were... None of my Star Wars Legion bases are modeled in any way, shape or form. They are just plain black bases. So putting a arm on there would look weird. But then again, so will the Ewok bases look to a degree, because they have not foot on rock, but bear on spiky log. Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. When parts become so tiny that you can barely hold them, to scrape off the rest of the sprue gate points. I mean, I've got a tool for almost everything. My little lamplight here with a magnifying glass to make life easier when it comes to painting. My paint holder for holding them. Does anybody have a recommendation for a tool that helps holding very intricate, detailed, small parts for removing mold lines and stuff? Tweezers just don't do it, I think. I don't think they will work. There must be something different one could use. Yeah, something along like helping hands, but these are very, very tiny. So even helping hands would be way too big. I mean, we're talking about an arm that is about 3 millimeters long. Or if you're very generously measuring. Surgical tweezers. Are those these tweezers that stay closed even if you don't apply pressure? If so, that might be an actual option. Might keep a look and see when the next flea market is. I mean, it wouldn't be the oddest piece of equipment that's in our hobby, I guess. Dab of glue for me and you. And now you're going to live there. Huh. See? When there's 2 feet hitting the ground, the bear stays upright. Oh no. We've got a gap situation on his head. Let's use some glue to close that gap. Doesn't look too shabby. Yes, those tiny ones do actually look nice. Now, painting holders. For holding them to do painting later on sometime. When I get the chance to prime them. What are you doing? 8. 6. 7. 8. Snap. This is such a satisfying noise. Snap. Oh god. So the base snapped to the painting holder ripping off the murder teddy from the base. It's just... Maybe don't hold them so that a contact point is getting stressed. It might be a good idea. Fuck. Or maybe I wasn't applying glue liberal enough. Let's try this again. Glue. More glue on the other feet. Foot, sorry, the other foot. Screw back on. And clock. That's more like it. Yeah. Let's see, I now need to have a... Oh, music died. Why has the music died? Yes, continue. Don't ask. Just do it. He can go there. Yes. That's a decent setup. Now to take a picture from that. Hello, Mr. Nick Reprimer, sir. Focus, you bastard. What's that? Yes, that's what I had in mind. I'll have a look, see if I can find these more locally. But even still, I think they could still be a bit bigger. Maybe get some smaller ones. Good night, Demon Sub. You enjoy your sleep, which is a nice thing to have. The murder teddy's done. At least the building part, which is the most important part, because when they're not built, you can't play with it. You go there. Do we have time for one more? There's only character models now, or another big unit, and I think that will take up too much time. I do have helping hands made for using as a soldering aid, but they still are way too big, because the clamps themselves are almost as big as one of those tiny little arms. That being said, I think there won't be any micro minis to be built, he says in a questioning voice. I can't remember what kind of minis were in this set from the Shadow Collective. Let me check. Star Wars Legion. Assembly in stock soon. Separatists, no. Where's the damn Shadow Collective? I can't remember what the content of the Shadow Collective was. Pike Syndicate doesn't seem to be too big, too small. Black Sun Enforcers. Shadow Collective Starter. There's the PDF. So there will be a Darth Maul with reasonably sized pieces. A Uruk-cast, which isn't too bad. Well, the Mandalorian Super Commandos do look like they have some annoying... Why? It's the 3-part head again. Ah. The rest doesn't seem to be too awfully small or fiddly. Oh, apart from the Pike Syndicate. Why is the arm in 3 parts? Yeah, that's going to be a nightmare. Well, it's not on the plan for tonight anywho, so some other day. Yes. I think because I'm starting to feel a bit nauseated again and really don't have any topic to talk about, and I've done my hobby. Little murder teddy's done. Even more murder teddy's done. Pictures will be in Discord or Project System or on the social medias. The good thing is tomorrow will be the last day of work week because Thursday will be a day of unification. That's a holiday here, and I have Friday off. So coming Thursday I have a long weekend, so I will be relaxing and doing mostly nothing. You lot out there, keep safe. Remember to stay hydrated and keep your enemies close. Enjoy your hobby. Enjoy it in any way and form you want. Don't let anybody else tell you how not to do things. And Tauros, if you want to paint your little tiny fighting man for Armored Clash pink, do so. You have my permission. Good night.